Maverick is an Intamin blitz coaster that opened at Cedar Point for the 2007 season to absolute rave reviews. It won the Golden Ticket Award for Best New Ride that year, and it proves that you don't need a tall ride to make a great ride. But this great ride is not a perfect ride, so today I will run through its pros and its cons. The first pro is that 95-degree drop. Maverick is unique for having an LSM launched lift hill, which doesn't take you up the lift all that fast like Lightning Rod, but it's an interesting method for zipping you up to the top. But that first drop will rip you over the top and fling you out of your seat with its beyond vertical angle, and in the back it honestly gets me every time. It's hard to prepare for a drop like that, especially when you're going into it with some speed. The first con is the short height. Because of its multiple launches, the height doesn't really play a factor like it would for a normal coaster, so it's not a major con. But that 95-degree drop would be so much better if it wasn't over before it started. That's the main reason I wish this coaster had a little bit more height. The second pro is its rapid pace. It's element after element and it doesn't really have any dead spots. It takes the name Blitz Coaster and does it justice. It takes each element back to back to back at a rapid pace, and it combines positive, lateral, and negative Gs. Plus the layout is so twisted that you're constantly changing direction and it just feels so relentless. The second con is the trim break after the second launch. There's an iconic photo op where Maverick comes shooting over the top of the hill and swoops down into the area where the Heartline roll used to be. But after firing out of the tunnel, it slams into some noticeable trims that kills a lot of that great speed. This coaster is relentless, but this is one part that felt slow thanks to that trim. The third pro is the name, Maverick. It's just cool. You get Top Gun vibes just saying it, and it fits the Frontier Town theme so well. It's thousands of times better than the name of the other coaster in the area.
With a steel vengeance.
The third con is the long lines this thing always has. The park can be empty, and this thing always has at least a 45-minute wait. It has a double loading station which helps with capacity, and the trains are short, but they don't seem like they would be a capacity nightmare or anything. This line is always long. I guess it just speaks to how popular it is, but just be aware I've had to wait up to 30 minutes for it, even with a Fast Lane Plus. The fourth pro is that it's a long ride. 4,450 feet of track, and that's without a legitimate lift hill that usually allows the park to inflate their advertised ride time by a lot. The LSM lift hill brings you to the top at a high rate of speed, and then you enter a ton of different elements of all kinds. Airtime hills, inversions, rapid transitions, and a great launch. It packs a lot into a small footprint, and I've never heard anyone say this ride is too short, which is unusual for a launch coaster. The fourth and final and most significant con is the restraints. Just talking about this ride, I'm talking about how it pulls so many great forces and how rapid fire it is. But it's not one of my favorite coasters, not even at Cedar Point. I think the main reason for that is the restraints. If you've watched my channel, you know restraints can make or break the ride for me, and these Intamin over-the-shoulder restraints are very low on my list. They tried to fix part of the problem by replacing the hard restraints with soft straps, but it doesn't change the fact that there's a big, bulky bar resting on your lap that pins you into your seat. I love feeling open on a coaster like Millennium Force, but Maverick makes me feel very closed off. A lot of the great elements are hindered by this enclosed, pinned-down feeling, which is why it's not a top 10 or a top 20 coaster for me like it is for so many others. My fifth, final, and best pro is the second launch. A lot of people think the ride might even be over at this point when you glide to a near stop in the tunnel, but then it rockets you 70 miles per hour out of the tunnel and into a turn. It's an intense launch with the added thrilling effects of being mid-ride and in that tunnel where you can't see a whole lot. To me, this is the best part of the ride. So that's a wrap for Maverick. Let me know what you love and dislike about this coaster and where it ranks for you. And also don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next time.